Darshan. Hello, hello.
Yes, Archit. Darshan is coming in a while.
Good afternoon, guys. We'll start in 2 minutes. Tanish, just check if Shreyansh is joining the Zoom.
No, he isn't.
Okay, fine. Are we good to go?
Yes, Archit, let's start. It's 2. I think we have about 35 odd people. Pranav has also joined us. Yeah, let's start. Very good afternoon, guys. Thanks for joining us on a Sunday afternoon. I think the thread has already been shared by Archit of the stocks that we are looking to discuss today. So before going into the stock analysis session, I think there is a lot of confusion that a few people are having about the number of products that we are running and which product should one actually opt for. So I just thought we'll just run a small presentation which covers all the products that both me and Archit are running at this moment together. Tanish, can you just help me with the slides? Next slide, please. So this is basically a small index of the number of products that we are running at this moment. So we'll start with the basic products. In basic products, we are running one product, which can actually be divided into two products. That is the daily newsletter and the Techno Funda pick of the week. So what exactly does this product cover and who should actually subscribe to this product? So I'll first discuss the daily newsletter. Next slide, please. So in daily newsletter, there's a 8 to 10 pager PDF document which is shared with the clients who have subscribed to this product, which basically covers a technical setup or the technical setup for Nifty and Bank Nifty, the sector for the day, the sector which is in focus, stocks which are in F&O ban. One stock idea is also shared by my team. This product is exclusively run by our team. And more than that, there is another section in the newsletter which covers the news which is relevant for discussion or relevant for any trader for that particular day. So the idea is, in daily newsletter, we are looking to cover everything that a trader should know before entering into market in a quick 10-minute read. So this product is our first basic product that we are offering, which is more on the knowledge end, less on the trading end. But yes, as mentioned, we are also sharing one trade every day in this particular product. From my team, Nitisha is a technical analyst. She is the one who's handling the trades. She's the one who's making decisions as to which trades are to be given. So this is one product which has been doing well for the last 2 months now. And anybody who is new in the capital markets, equity markets, and wants to explore and learn more, this is the perfect product to start off with. Now we'll move to the next basic product, that is the Techno Funda pick of the week. Now, what does the Techno Funda pick of the week cover? Danish, can you just move the slide, please? Next slide, please. Just give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So Techno Funda pick of the week, what exactly does this product cover? So herein what we are doing is, over the weekend, we are shortlisting stocks based on sectoral view, based on fundamental view, based on technically what looks good for the next week. So this is a weekend release. Ideally, the report is generated and the report is shared with the clients by Sunday evening, latest, maximum Monday morning. Now, this is a 8 to 10 page or 6 to 8 to 10 pages, roughly depending on the stock that we are covering and how well the stock is covered. If we are going to cover a large cap, definitely the number of pages that are required to cover the fundamentals is on the lower side because it's a fundamentally decent company. But if you're looking for some lesser known company, the report is a slightly lengthier report, which will give you more insights into what the company does, what is the product mix, what is the revenue growth, what is the financial performance for the last good 6 quarters. And this is more where we are blending fundamentals with technicals. So this product is suitable for investors who are having a limited capital, limited knowledge, want to acquire knowledge, want to know more on the fundamentals, more on the technicals, and want to start their journey in the financial markets by doing positional trading who are not active for day trading. So this is the product which will help you all with funda plus technical knowledge acquisition. You'll learn a lot about the companies, what are the aspects that are covered. We have a dedicated SWOT that's being made. Just ignore the screen. I think there's some difficulty that we're having on the some technical difficulty. So I think in the first 5-10 minutes, once Archit is taking over, I think this will resolve. But yeah, so coming to the topic, Techno Funda Pick of the Week is a product where you will be given a weekend release, one stock, covered on technical, covered on fundamentals, looking for a price target anywhere between 5, 6, 7% to 10, 15, 20%, depending on the market cap. If it's a large company, yes, the targets are going to be on the smaller, the targets are going to be smaller. But if it's a cash stock, mid cap or a small cap company, the targets will be bigger, because the kind of volumes and the breakouts that we look at while selecting this stock will give you that kind of moves. So these are the two products where the newbies in the stock market or who want to learn about the stock market can enter, gain knowledge, in the process make some money. So the subscription plans are shared on your screen. To subscribe to the service, you can connect with either Archit or me or Tanesh from my team, anybody over Twitter or Instagram or WhatsApp, wherever you have connected with us, you can connect and you can subscribe to this product. Moving to the next product, we'll go to the advanced products that we are running right now. So these are the products for clients who have been in the markets for about a good couple of years, who have traded, who have invested, who have burned their money, who have made money in the markets. This product will be suitable for clients who know about the stock market and who wants to make money. The idea is very simple. ये product subscribe करने का सिर्फ पैसा कमाना है, इसके लिए हम ये product subscribe कर रहे हैं. So you are going to assess us based on the stocks that we give out. And likewise, the intention is to make money by subscribing to this product. Now, a small disclaimer, the views that we share here are our personal views. We will ourselves also trade in our advanced product and the premium products, the trades that we share. As a trader, investor, or a subscriber to this product, you need to do your due diligence before entering, because exposure, stop loss, everything is mentioned. You need to be rational with your judgment of the quantities that you want to take. We outrightly give out the stop loss that we are going to take in the particular trade, so you know the risk that you're going to take while entering that particular stock. So be open-minded, and the best way to trade these particular stocks that we share out in the advanced products are trade evenly. If you are trading with a capital of 3 lakhs, trade every trade that you take should be traded on the same capital for the best performance that you can expect from this particular product. So Galloping Stallion is our first product. We launched this about a couple of months back. This is just, I think, the second month. We had a brief trial of 15 days, which went very good, and a lot of subscribers had come in. The first month was very good for the cash segment, very, very good for this cash segment. A lot of people have renewed. In the futures, we have done some structural changes. We are going to also give some positional calls in the futures segment. So can you take me to the product highlights for Galloping Stallion, Tanesh? Next slide. Yeah. So this product will basically focus on delivering a high conviction intraday trade based on a particular price action strategy that we follow, wherein either we will be buying at supports and looking for a bounce of 2, 3, 4, 5%, or we'll be chasing a breakout of a particular pattern which we've tried and tested and which delivers an explosive move. So most likely, when you enter a trade on Galloping Stallion, specifically in cash segment, the trades, the moment you enter, your targets might be achieved within a period of 10, 15, 20 minutes. So that is the kind of scenario that this product generally has, specifically trading in cash segment. So we'll be giving one trade in cash segment, one trade in F&O segment, based on a particular strategy. Stop loss targets will be mentioned. We will be looking to capture somewhere between 2 to 3% on an average in intraday in the cash segment on a consistent basis throughout the product, throughout the 20 to 25 sessions that you might be having in the particular month. The idea is to be consistent. I think last month the performance was roughly around 85-88% on the cash segment. In F&O, the idea is to lose little and to make consistent 8, 10, 12, 15,000 rupees kind of profits. So in the F&O segment for the intraday trades, we will have stop losses on per lot anywhere between 6,000 to 12,000 rupees, and targets will be anywhere between 10,000 to 20,000 rupees. If you trade all the trades in futures with one lot, I think that is when you will see a good performance on the F&O segment. But for people who have not traded F&O earlier, I think this is not the most ideal scenario. If you have had some experience trading in futures, this is a good product for you. But if you never traded futures, you will see that M2M loss of 3,000, 4,000 once, 5,000 once the position is entered, and you may exit in panic. So this is not a product for people who have never traded in futures. For you, the better product is to go for the Galloping Stallion cash segment, wherein the targets and stop losses are going to be within a limited range, and depending on the capital and the quantity that you are trading, the risk is totally going to depend. But in futures, only if you've had the experience of trading in futures, you've traded for 6 months, 8 months, that is when you can consider this product. For people who don't have much experience or of trading in futures, but have some exposure or some have done some trades in the past, we will be sharing good 2-3 positional trades in this. I think the last trade that we did, the positional trade, was Piramal Enterprise, which gave around 100 points move in a span of 3 sessions. The lot size was around 275. The stop loss was around 40-45 points. So these are the kind of trades which will make it worth for you to subscribe this product. So this is about the Galloping Stallion. The subscription charges are mentioned. Next slide, please, Tanish. Can you change the slide, please? Do we have a tabular format for the subscription charges of Galloping Stallion? So we have a couple of models in this particular scenario. One is a success fee model, where we'll be charging you per trade. You will be remitting this amount. The trade will be shared with you on WhatsApp and Telegram. If the trade hits the target, that is when we recognize this revenue. If it doesn't hit the target and hits the stop loss, you have the option to carry forward this amount for the next trade, or this fees will be refunded to you. So this is a success fee model. We also have a monthly subscription plan for people who've made peace with this product and learned how to trade it and been profitable. So these are the subscription charges, monthly subscription charges on your screen. You can choose to subscribe this. You can connect with me, Archit, Tanesh, anybody from the team over the channels that you've got in touch with us through. And we will move to the next product, financial astrology. Tanish, can you change the slide, please? Thanks. So we did one exclusive webinar last weekend. I think last weekend we were not active. I think Archit was occupied with his studies, and we had a few other things to be done over the last weekend. So we couldn't take a webinar last weekend, but a weekend before it, we had done I think on 16th of May is when we had done a webinar last. And we had discussed financial astrology, and a few predictions were made in that particular session based on the positioning of certain celestial body that our financial astrologer, Mr. Darshan Jain, from our team, who has an expert knowledge of astrology, in particular financial astrology, he had covered very beautifully, and we saw a couple of predictions go so correct in that particular 10-12 sessions that followed it. So this is one product. If you have a big capital and if you believe in the concept of financial astrology, this is a must subscribe product for you guys. Because what I have seen, the reason to team up and collab with him was very simple. I have seen his predictions go right, and extreme views like Nifty will make a new high in May itself, when Nifty was struggling to cross 14,750, 14,800 for about 4 weeks, when everybody was bearish, to come up with a view that Nifty is going to make a new high in the month of May itself. The next week is going to be a bullish week. And the predictions came out very, very accurate, and we are at 15,700 odd levels presently. The long-term prediction was also made that Nifty can test 19,000 in 2021 itself. So that is a prediction that we have on our watch. Having said that, generally what I have observed with this particular product is the broader trends go very, very correct to his predictions. So I think people who believe in the concept of astrology, this is a product that you can look up to, and we have this product in our product portfolio. So just to cover what the product will cover, can you change the next slide, Tanish? Next slide, please. So this product is basically going to give you broader market movements, insights into broader market movements and broader sectoral movements. So one such prediction was, I think, in terms of sector, was I think financial sector will move on a private discussion group. This is what was discussed. I think last week we saw financial sector move really well. So sectoral and broader market trends can be analyzed, and people who are trading with a heavy capital can use this as a confirmation or an additional check to take their trading decisions. The monthly subscription plan for the same and the quarterly plans will be in the next slide. Tanish, can you change the next slide so that the viewers can just run through? These are the subscription plans of Mr. Darshan Jain, our financial astrologer. You can connect with any one of us to subscribe to this particular product, wherein you'll get some pro views on the astrological and techno astro kind of a scenario and where markets are headed. Coming to our next product, the latest one, we did one session yesterday with Pranav. Pranav is also with us in this meeting. Cryptocurrency.
Hi guys.
Hi Pranav, how are you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
पता नहीं है क्या यार कितना बजा है अभी?
250.
Great. So at 250, this guy is with us. Very passionate person. The person who's gonna lead this particular product. Pranav, we did a detailed session yesterday. The video is going to be posted on YouTube today, or maximum by tomorrow. You can run through it. You'll get a lot of insight into what exactly cryptocurrency is, and how you're supposed to trade it, the broader trends, what has happened in the past, etc., etc. We are going to make this more of an investment product. The subscription charges are very nominal for this particular product. Understanding the fact that we are not looking to deploy more than 4, 5, 8% of your equity portfolio towards this. So I think crypto is another product for which we had a lot of requests from a lot of people, and we decided to team up probably with the best person in my circle, my network, Pranav, who's been an active investor in the crypto space for about 2 years now. And finally, the product is live. Whoever has the interest or inclination towards the cryptocurrency and the longer term story of how the crypto is going to be the next big thing, I think this is one of the products that you can look at if you consider subscribing. The product details will be in the next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, I think there's some time lag because of which the slides are not getting changed. So there's some glitch on the tech part, but we'll ignore that. The product details are on your screen. You all can just quickly read the same. We will be covering Bitcoin and some altcoins, Ethereum as well, but more from a positional point of view, more from an investment point of view, and also the fundamental aspects. We will not be trading in crypto just any random coins. We'll be trading in probably the top 10 or top 20 coins only. There are more than 9,000 coins that are traded across the exchanges, but we'll be restricting ourselves to the top 20, which have some fundamental backing. And Pranav is going to lead this product. Pranav, you have anything to add here, or we'll just move to the next slide?
Yeah, I think what you put out there is perfect. That guys, if you guys really want to get into the crypto market, then this is a good product for you guys. And this is the sort of product that can these are going to be with bigger risks, but there will be a bigger reward to it as well. So hence he said that you should only put around 3, 4, or 5% of your portfolio in this product and not more than that, because we don't want your capital to be too much of your capital to be in such a risky asset. But of course, it is a very good thing to be in, or at least dip your toes into the water, basically. So you guys can look at this product from that angle, that you
I
want
think
to
one of
enter
the
the
analysis from yesterday that you had covered in the session yesterday was the bull market has yielded what, anywhere between 11,000% to what, 30,000% over a period of two,
yeah
3 years.
yeah
So we are,
so what I think a lot of these coins have given is 100x or 50x in the past, in 2013 as well as in 2017 bull market. And right now, I don't think that it is the end of the bull market yet. I do think that there is some upside left. There is some 8 to 10x upside left in a lot of the coins other than the Bitcoin, which is the altcoins. And that is why we'll be focused more on there, and we will set bigger targets, but hence the stop losses will also be that way. But our targets are going to be 5x, 6x, and 10x, because that is the way cryptocurrency moves, and that is the volatility in there. And we really do believe that the bull market is not yet over. There will be one more spurt, is what we believe, before a big crash. So we want to time it that way. We want to try to time that bull run and get out of there once we make our money, so that we aren't part of the crash, because there will be a crash. If you stay with us, then we will let you know exactly when that happens.
perfect. So you can make the payment. I think the plan is, I think there's a change in the plan. I think we have done it at for quarterly. I think since this is going to be an investment product, the subscription charges that you see on your screen are not actually for a month, they are for a quarter. And we also have a quarterly subscription priced at 15,999 and 199 Canadian
Yeah,
dollars.
I think the 15,999 is the year half yearly,
Quarterly.
or
Yeah, half yearly. Sorry, half yearly.
half
The
yearly.
price that you see on
Quarterly
your
is
screen is
6,000.
quarterly.
Quarterly is
Correct.
6,000, and 15,999 would be a year.
Yeah, we'll just I think the flyer and the subscription plan details are there. We'll post it on the various platforms that you all have connected with us from. But for now, I think we are live with the product, and anybody who looks to subscribe, we can subscribe. We've discussed the platforms and everything yesterday. Once that video is live, we'll even post the link for that video. You can just subscribe our channel and be posted as and when the video is going to be posted. You will be notified. Moving to the next set of products, I think these were the advanced products that we are running currently, and this is the last leg of the products that we are running as of now, the premium products. So to start off with the first premium product is a high conviction trade. So we did a couple of trades last month. One was on a trial, one was a paid first trade in, I think, DV slab. So just to be very, very clear and transparent here, we will always be making decisions or taking decisions based on our study and analysis. There is not going to be any deviation in the trade that we select based on anything other than our study. So the basis for selection is going to be what we think that in our best of understanding, this is how the price and the volume should react and the targets should be achieved. So we are not looking at anything more than 2 to 3 trades in a month. Can be in cash segment, can be in FNO segment. Cash we did, I think Shakti pump at 690 we entered, and I think the target 2 was 850, which got achieved this week in a span of 10-12 sessions. So these are the trades where we have some HNI clients who are interested in not too much but too little. They want 1 or 2 high conviction trades that will make them the money that they are looking to make. So this product is strictly for people who can go all in or can put a big amount of money in a particular trade, backing our conviction based on their due diligence. We will be referring to certain aspects. I think in the stock market, network is a very uh, important factor. I operate from the BSE office. I have my network, which helps me understand what is exactly going around with some institutional desks, etc. So we try to take some insights from the network that we have in place, the sources that we have, and based on that, when there is anything that comes to our notice which looks good on our logical analysis, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, that is when a trade will be live. And we are not going to focus more than 2 trades in a month. This is going to be a per trade setup, wherein you'll be shared a trade, we'll be charging a nominal fee for that particular trade, and the trade, once it hits the target, that is when we recognize this revenue. In case the trade hits the stop loss, this fee is going to be refunded to you. But by and large, this is going to be a trade where we will have a personal heavy position in. So you all can, according to your understanding risk appetite, can take a judgment call and enter into particular trade. Once we do 2-3 trades together in this particular product, I think that is when the comfort will set in. And be rest assured, since our capital is going to be deployed and we are going to deploy heavy, I think we did DVs. I had 5 lots in futures in DV slab overnight, naked. I think most of my clients for our CGCM product also had a heavy position in DV slab, and we moved out of it 50%, somewhere around 3.5%. It was a result based trade. It was a trade based on certain insights that we had for that particular script. So this is going to be where we'll have some insights through our network, but finally where the price action suggests that it's a good entry and a good risk reward, that is when we'll be rolling out a trade for this particular product. So that is about the product details on your screen. I've mentioned the subscription charges. It's going to be priced at 5,000 rupees per trade, recognized only when the target is hit. If the stop loss hits, we'll refund that particular amount to you. That is perfectly fine. The next product in the premium segment is the one that we are going to launch. We have launched actually, and we are in the process of opening demat accounts with us. So this is a product that I want to take 5 more extra minutes and stress upon. Something that a lot of y'all who are watching might be interested in. It's the portfolio building service. Now what happens in number of products that we are running right now, a lot of trading element is involved. We try to do swing trades, intraday trades, trading in derivative. So the risk element is a touch higher, because obviously when you're trading in the stock market, any view, any analysis, nothing is more supreme than the markets. And at times the view may go wrong and the stop losses may trigger, leading to a loss. But when we look at a portfolio building service, this particular product is designed in a particular manner wherein we are looking to manage some of the clients that are interested in this particular product, and we will be actively putting our time in creating a portfolio. The demat accounts are going to be opened on our desk, and the client at their wish can choose for an execution support, wherein our dealer is going to something similar to how a small case works, but this is more of a manualized version of a small case where we will be creating portfolios for different clients with a similar risk appetite. We are not looking to risk more here. The risk appetite is going to be the primary, the capital protection is going to be the primary or predominant importance, which is across any product. But for this particular product, we are looking at a minimum ticket size of 10 lakh rupees. Any client who is willing to start off with a minimum capital of 10 lakhs. I think for the first month, we've rolled it out for any capital more than 5 lakhs. So any client who is looking to deploy 5 lakhs in a positional product, a portfolio building product, this is a product where we'll be allocating the money across 3, 4, 5 stocks. The allocation will be somewhere between 10% to 40%, depending on our conviction on that particular trade. We'll be segregating it across mid caps, small caps, large caps. Small cap, the allocation is going to be on the lower end, lower side, not a very heavy allocation. We will be charging a fixed fee of 2% of the corpus as an entry fee, which is refundable if the product fails to meet the risk-free return, that is around 6% per annum. So if the product fails to deliver 6% in a year's time, we are going to refund the fees that we've taken. At the same time, up to 12%, we are not going to charge a single penny for our services other than the fixed fee that we've charged upfront. So we are looking at a target return somewhere close to 20 to 25%. I think that is the kind of returns our past clients have enjoyed. We can share the performance of 3-4 clients. I think the links will be shared on the various platforms that you all have gotten connect with us through. The product is very simple. We are going to use the capital that is deployed, keep a part of it in cash, not be 100% deployed in the markets. We look to pyramid our positions and ride the structure, ride the pattern to the fullest. I think Archit is going to predominantly take lead over here because I think he's probably one amongst the best to ride stocks. A lot of people, including me, we are good at spotting trades and giving targets, but to be able to ride it till the final, नींबू चूस के पूरा रस निकलने तक उसको ride कैसे करना, I think this product will help you all get advantage of how to ride a particular trade. So this product is focused only towards equity, no F&O, no derivatives, nothing. We are targeting somewhere close to 20% a quarter. That is our target. But realistically, I think 3 quarters will do well, 1 quarter will not do well, but somewhere close to 40 to 45, 50% is what we are targeting as a yearly performance for this product. And we are going to bill our clients only when the returns exceed 12%. So our fees, the commercials are going to be only once the return delivered is more than 12% per annum. And we'll be running a quarterly billing cycle for this particular product. So this is about the portfolio building product. The performance will be updated with you all very, very soon. The next and the last product that we have that we are running together is the CGCM. Capital growth through capital markets. This is more of a trading product. This is operationally, it's very similar to the portfolio building service. Here we also have an execution support plus a self-execution model where the client can just get access to our group and we'll be sharing trades and the client has to update it once he enters and he exits. The entry and the exit will be shared with the client. Equity as well as derivatives both will be traded. We will be trading with a hedge. We will be restricting ourselves to certain set of companies that we frequently trade based on our sectoral analysis, based on our price action, based on our technical analysis. So I think a lot of you all are well versed with this particular product. If not, we also have a detailed product explaining CGCM in detail. I think a lot of our products are also having an individual 2-3 minute video on the channel. You all can just scroll through and give it a look. So I think that's about it. These are the products that we are running together, me and Archit. And for crypto, we have Pranav with us. And in all our analysis, I think Pranav plays a very key part because he is one of the most active person away from India in the stock market in my network as of now. So with this, I think we can start with today's session. We have a number of stocks to discuss. Archit, you can take over. I think you can share your screen.
Sure. So good afternoon, everyone. Can Tanish make me the admin, please?
Done.
Okay, thank you. Can everyone see my screen and am I audible? Darshan?
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Perfectly audible.
So we'll start with the analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty, and then we'll go to the individual stocks. So as you can see over here, I'll first go to the weekly chart. Just a second. Yeah. So on a weekly chart, Nifty has broken out. It had broken out at this particular level of 15,100 and 200 levels. There was a good consolidation period of almost around, I think so. It consolidated for around 9 weeks, and once it crossed that mark, it has started moving upwards in a vertical manner. But the only thing over here is like, although I'm very bullish on Nifty, I think so there is a retest which is remaining, and any retest to I think so 15,100 or 15,200 levels should be bought currently. So overall view for Nifty is bullish. We are bullish. We are waiting for a pullback. Once a pullback occurs, like around 400 or 500 point pullback on Nifty, then we are looking to buy. This is on the weekly scale. We'll go to the daily scale as well. We'll look at the important levels for Nifty on a daily or for the next week. So this is one support level, that is 15,400. After that, there is another important, this is the best case scenario of 15,100 levels. So it can take a support, it can come to retest this mark of 15,400, 15,450. And otherwise, if that is broken, we can see a retest of 15,100 levels. So currently, I'm waiting for Nifty to sustain about 15,750 mark. If that is broken, then the maximum that I feel that Nifty can go is still 16,000 without any correction. So that is the analysis for Nifty, the important levels. One important level is 15,450 level. If that level comes, a short-term pullback might be expected from this particular level of 15,450. Moving on, we'll go to the Bank Nifty chart. So we are looking at the daily chart. As you can see, Bank Nifty has, you can see this is a ascending triangle pattern that it had corrected, and it stopped making a lower low. Now it has a good support at this particular level. The levels for Bank Nifty on a daily time frame. Okay. Price, yeah. So 34,285 or 34,300 is a good support level. That is a 1,000-point correction if it comes to retest. But if it doesn't and it moves above 35,800, 850 mark to be exact, then it can move till 36,500. But I feel after reaching that particular zone of 36,500, there might be some pressure in Bank Nifty. So better to wait for a good entry point. Whenever it comes near this particular level, the risk reward is also less, and you get a big better risk to return ratio. So this is the daily chart. The one thing that I observed, I think so, on Bank Nifty 2-hourly chart, that it was making a rising wedge pattern. I think so. This is the rising wedge pattern, and it has broken down. I think this is a breakdown. This particular level is a breakdown. So better if you're long in Bank Nifty, better to wind up your position or to be safe, unless and until this level of 35,850 is crossed. Better be cautious. And if you want to go short, wait for this particular level of 35,000 to be broken. And if that is broken, we can expect a correction till I think so 34,200 or 300 levels. So the important levels for Bank Nifty are 35,000 is a very important support zone. If that is broken, we can expect a correction of around 500, 600 points. Otherwise, if Bank Nifty goes about 35,850 levels, then it is a then the levels of 36,500 would be unlocked. So this is how we discussed Bank Nifty and Nifty, and now we'll move to the stocks that we were discussing. So the first two stocks that we will discuss is Tata Steel and DV Slab. We'll first move to DV Slab. I think so. We have discussed DV Slabs a lot of time. Like so,
I think this was also one of our high conviction trade, and also a trade that we have taken in all our CGCM clients, and I think we entered somewhere close to 4,110. It's
Yes.
trading at 42660 currently.
So basically, DV slab had already broken out on 26 April. You can see an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we identified that the trend was uptrend. There was an uptrend in this thing, and it had broken out. So we have to look for bullish entries. So it has broken out from, I think so, at 3,950 or 4,000 is a breakout level, and the target according to the HNS pattern of DVs. We just look at the target on the weekly time frame. It is around 800 points. So the ideal target on a weekly time frame, it is 4,800 levels on DV slab. So this is a weekly chart. We'll go to the daily chart as well. We'll see how this stock is consolidating, but it is not coming down. That means that people are accumulating this particular stock. They are accumulating at higher levels. So this is an ascending triangle pattern, as you can see. This is an ascending triangle pattern. It broke out on the result date. I think so 31st May was the result date, or the 30th was the result date. I don't remember, but it broke out. It came to retest that breakout levels. The buyers have come in, and it has been consolidating since a long time. So once it crosses this particular mark of 4,300 levels, once it crosses that particular mark, you can see another. This is, if you go to a lower time frame, you can see another ascending triangle formation that is being formed currently. So this is here, and you can say this is the neckline, and you can see this is the fractal nature of the patterns. There are two ascending triangle. This was the first ascending triangle, and this is the second ascending triangle being formed. So I am expecting DVs to move up. It will gain momentum once it crosses the 4,300 mark, and once it crosses the 4,300 mark, the targets of 4,500 and 4,800 should come in place, and it should be in 1 month's time frame. But DV slab is looking very good. The next chart that we are going to discuss is Tata Steel. I'll just add a moving average. So as you can see, Tata Steel has it goes up. There is an impulse move. There is an impulse move. It corrects to the 20-day moving average. It usually takes support over there, and then again it moves up. So as you can see, the metals had been rolling since a long time. It moved from 850 to 1,300, 1,250 levels in one go, and it has been consolidated dating since a long time. And as you can see, the price of the stock is, it cannot move below that 1065. Like the buyers are always stepping in at 1065, 1070, or at 1100 levels. So it has been consolidating since a long time. I think so. This is a very good rectangular consolidation is going on, and I feel that the metals could be turning in the couple of weeks, like even in this week or the next week forward. And once it crosses the 1150 mark, it is once it crosses that particular price of 1150, you can expect a good movement of 1200 levels and 1250 levels. So Tata Steel, it is looking good. A good consolidation has been there, and just a matter of time that that 1150 level is crossed. And once that level is crossed, we can see a good momentum of around 50 to 100 points. I think so. There has been some good news as well on the metals front over the weekend. So if it gaps up tomorrow, then most probably 1150 would be crossed.
Perfect. I think these are the two stocks that we are holding with a lot of clients. Hopefully they'll move this week, so that next week we will have a better session to analyze some new entries.
Yeah.
Moving to the next stock. Do you want me to go through the thread, or you have the thread?
I think so. I've selected around 10 to 12 stocks. So we'll go through that first. And if there are any queries on the YouTube chat or on the thread, then we'll cover that then.
Cool.
Fine.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
so the first stock that we are going to cover is Hemisphere Properties. We'll go to the weekly chart. So as you can see, weekly chart of Hemisphere, there is a strong consolidation that has been going, that it went from 68 to 200 levels, and then it started consolidating and it started correcting. So it corrected till 125 levels, and after that it has been consolidating since a long time. Like I think so, it has been consolidating from 10 weeks onwards, and as you can see, there is volumes that are being picked up. And another important thing in Hemisphere Property is that its circuit limit has also changed from 10% to 20%. So usually what I've seen, that this is my personal opinion, after a circuit limit is changed and when a stock is under a good consolidation, it usually breaks out. So the important level for a Hemisphere Property is around 150 level. Once it crosses and sustains about the 150 level, then we can expect a momentum till 175, and the next target would be 190 levels. So on a weekly chart, Hemisphere Property looks good, and the volume is very good because when it was correcting, you can see the volumes are very less. It has been correcting on a low volume. So that means that the weak holders have been exited, they have been dried out, and no one is really like interested in this particular stock because it has been consolidating since a long time. People lose patience. So I think so once it crosses that 150 mark, there is a big rectangular consolidation that is going on, and with the opener theme as well, this is in the real estate business, I guess, Hemisphere Properties, this should move up very quickly. The next stock we'll cover is CDSL. So CDSL, it is moving in a very systematic manner. As you can see, it is making a series of higher high and higher lows. It is making a base, and then it again moves up, and then again it consolidates. So currently there was a breakout at 905 levels. I had updated on my Twitter timeline as well. Now it has been consolidating again over here. So there are two methods of trading this particular stock or trading this particular pattern. Either look to enter the stock when it reaches the support level. The first support level is around 942, and the next best possible support level is at 906. If you do not want to, or like if you want to enter when it corrects, these are the two possible levels, that is 940 and 905. Otherwise, look to enter once this particular range of I think so 1010 is a breakout level. The next, before you want to enter at 1010, you can enter at about 1000 as well. So once that level is crossed, you can see a quick movement of around 5 to 10%. The volume action is also very good. You can see the green candles are associated with good big volume, and the red candles are associated with small volume, which means that the up days volume is more than the down days volume, which means that the stock is under accumulation. So CDSL is also looking good for the June series. It has been consolidating, and it is like the risk is low over here. The next stock that we are going to cover is HLE Glasscoat. So this stock, I think so. I'll open this in a BSE chart. So these are the patterns I usually look to. I want to see firstly a trend. You can see it is making a series of higher high and higher lows, like all series of higher high and higher lows. Followed by that, there are numerous bullish continuation patterns. So the first pattern that you can spot over here is a cup and a handle pattern. This is a cup followed by a handle. It broke out at 1000 level. It went till 1800 level, and then it started consolidating in a rectangular manner. So this was a rectangle. It was consolidating, and once that rectangle broke out, you can see once it crossed the 1700 mark, it went till 3000 mark, and then it again consolidated, and now like this was another rectangular breakout at 2600 levels, and from 2600 it has went to 3400 levels. So this particular stock is also looking good. What you can do over here is look to add on the like on the retest of the breakout area, that is the 3000 level. Once it comes to 3000 level, usually the stock gains like it has a good entry point at 3000 level, or else I think so you can enter once it crosses the 3500 to 3600 mark. Also, the circuit limit of this particular stock has also been changed. So this is a particular illiquid stock, so don't buy too much, I think so. You do your due diligence before investing in such stocks, but overall the trend is looking good, and I guess in the June series this will again outperform. I have been continuously adding this stock in April as well as in May, as you can see in my thread. So HLE Glass is also a good stock. The next one is one of my favorite, that is Praj Industries. So we had discussed Praj Industry, the entry points, I think so 2 weeks ago. Now we'll discuss it again. We'll see how the chart of Praj Industry is looking. So as you can see, after the result, it consolidated, it went till 390, 400 levels, and then it again started correcting. And as you can see, it did not break the 325 330 mark, which was a good support area. And usually what happens is that whenever a stock wants to make a big up move, it usually takes out a series of weak holders. It usually shakes out. So that is what it had happened in the last week. Last week Praj Industries was like too bearish. People, I think so, I got a lot of queries like what you should do on the Praj Industry, but I was pretty confident that the level of 330 should be maintained. So on the current market, I think so the daily chart, you can see a flag breakout over here in Praj Industries, and the pole of is from 250 to 400 levels. So that is a 150 point, and the breakout level is around at 350 points. So I think so Praj Industries, the first target according to flag pattern should be around 425, and the next target should be around 450. So this is the daily time frame. We'll look at the 2 hourly time frame as well. And as you can see, I think so you can make this is a cup, this is a small handle. It usually depends like on which time frame you usually enter and you look at this particular stock. So this is a cup and a handle pattern, cup and a handle. This is a smaller inner cup and a handle pattern. Just a second. Yeah. So it has a retest zone at 370 levels. So if you want to enter Praj Industries, you can look to enter at 370 levels. This is on a 2 hourly time frame, and the main breakout is around 400. So once it crosses the 400 marks, I think so it would be unstoppable to till 450 500 levels. So this is one of my highest conviction stock I have been holding since a long time, and I'm bullish on this particular stock. The next stock is Hikal. So we look at the daily time frame. So as you can see, we have identified a trend. Though there are two scenarios: either to enter on the retest of the breakout level. If you have missed it, then enter on the this thing. Enter on the breakout level. Once that breakout level is crossed, so as you can see over here, it is for it went till 450 marks. It again came to retest the breakout level of 380, and you can see a strong accumulation, a strong green candle, a bullish Marabozu, indicating the buyers are stepping it at 380 levels. So what you can do is, I think so there is another breakout in the coming week. The breakout is around 450 levels. Once it crosses and sustains the 450 level, we can see a good this thing. I think so. I'll look at the targets. The targets are around 489. 489 is the first target according to the Fibonacci. So Hikal is also looking good. It is making a series of higher high and higher lows. Also the volume action is good. And considering, I think so Hikal का भी circuit limit change हुआ है from 5 to 20 or from 10 to 20. I don't remember, but usually वही हुआ है. So this is also looking good, Hikal. The next one is Cadila. भी कैडिला का भी ट्रेंड अपन ने आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया कि ट्रेंड तो अप ट्रेंड में है, बट द ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज इट मूव्स इन अ वेरी स्लो मैनर. सो दिस इज लुकिंग वेरी गुड. कैडिला भी वो एक दिन फटेगा जब भी मतलब वैक्सीन का न्यूज आएगा, बट तब तक it is not able to cross the 645 levels and 650 level. It is waiting for a trigger, I hope. So इसमें अपन 2 hourly time frame में देख रहे तो it is consolidated dating in an ascending triangle formation, I guess. So wait for it to cross about the 645 marks. इसका vaccine, I think so it is mostly coming in July. So that would be the trigger, and once that 645 level is crossed, you can expect a good rally of around 100 points, 150 points. And आपको अगर support पे लेने का है तो support पे I think so around 625 to 630 is a very good support for Cadila Healthcare. Considering this stock is trading at its all-time high, it has crossed its all-time high. So this is just a start, and like correlating with the vaccine news as well as its business, I think so. It has a good play in the COVID situation. So Cadila Healthcare is also looking good. The next stock was TV Slab. We have already covered this particular stock. We'll go to JSW Steel. So as you can see, JSW Steel, I had made a separate tweet for JSW Steel and the metal stock. The thing that you have to remember is that trends are not going to change overnight. They are going to stay for a longer period of time. So that is why whenever a stock is correct, you have to buy at the most important support level. Now all people are bearish on the steel factory, the steel stocks or the metal stock. Like a month ago, all were looking to buy that particular stock, but once it started correcting and once it has been consolidating since a long time, people have lost patience. So JSW Steel is looking good. This is the same chart of the JSW Steel and Tata Steel. I guess the breakout point is around 730 levels. I can see another chart pattern formation is called as a descending triangle formation. So this was a descending triangle formation, and descending triangle, it broke out. It came to retest that particular trend line level, and it is just the Friday closing was much better, I think so. So once it crosses that 730 mark, मेरे हिसाब से वो 740, 745, 770 जा सकता है. एंड अगर आपको चांस मिले, अगर आपके पास 700 के पास आ गया तो एकदम बेस्ट लेवल है टू एंटर द मेटल स्टॉक्स एंड द कमोडिटी साइकिल JSW का. So this is also looking good. Next stock, I'll just look at it. I don't have the sheet.
Hey, since you've seen 2 steel stocks and you were talking about metal, will you be able to just see one S&P BSE Metal Index?
Yeah, just a second. BSE Metal Index, right?
Yeah. I think at the start you have to write
Yes.
S&P.
S&P, right? S&P.
Yeah, S and वो छोटा and होता है ना.
Okay. Oh.
P space BSE.
Yes.
Space metals.
Okay.
नीचे. हाँ.
So I think so इसका भी अच्छा ही चार्ट है. अपन डेली पहले अपन आई थिंक सो मंथली चार्ट देख लेता हूँ मैं, क्योंकि मैंने देखा नहीं है ये. ओके, क्या ये I think so it is trading at its all-time resistance currently, but you can see वो all-time resistance के पास all-time high के पास गया था, and it corrected, and right now it is in the form of a ये base बना रहा है, I guess. So yes, it is making a base, and as you can see with the charts of JSW as well as the Tata Steel stocks and other metal stocks के भी usually ऐसी charts बने हुए हैं. So I guess इसका एक ट्रिगर पॉइंट यही है, इतना बड़ा वीक आई थिंक सो कितने दिन का कंसोलिडेशन है, आई थिंक सो 20th May से अराउंड 11-12 डेज का कंसोलिडेशन, दैट इज अ 2 week कंसोलिडेशन. सो सपोर्ट है उसका 18,000 लेवल, रेजिस्टेंस है उसका 19,200 लेवल्स, बट वंस दैट लेवल इज क्रॉस्ड आई थिंक सो फिर वो वापस मोमेंटम में आएगा. सो दैट विल बी द फर्स्ट सिग्नल दैट द metal stocks are being now again in momentum. तो on a daily time frame it is looking good. ये बेस बना दिया है. और वीकली टाइम फ्रेम में as you can see उसने ऑल टाइम हाई के पास गया था, उधर से करेक्ट हुआ थोड़ा, इधर बेस बनाया, and it should again now continue the momentum. You can see a flag type formation as well, I guess. This is also a descending triangle formation only. So एक थियोरी है, मतलब ये कोई तो बुक थी, बुल्स ऑथर का नाम नहीं याद देखो. सो ही सेड descending triangle with a upside breakout has the highest accuracy. Like they had back tested the success rate of the patterns, and अगर descending triangle और upside breakout हुआ है तो सबसे bullish pattern usually consider किया जाता है. कप एंड हैंडल से भी इसका ज्यादा accuracy है. So I think so metal index are looking good, and currently you are getting at a good support level, and so one should look to buy. Anything you want to add?
Can you go to monthly just once?
I think so monthly में देखा वो
हाँ, and a normal candle लेगा.
हाँ okay.
हाँ, और दूर जाओ.
ये थोड़ा ये हो गया है, scale is
हाँ,
not
वो
proper,
थोड़ा
समझ में नहीं आ रहा है.
the first candle you just have to remove. You just
Which-
can't keep this huge
The-
green candle on the left. Yeah, that's
yeah.
the issue.
Okay. एक मिनट.
Yes, yeah, there we go.
एक
Kind of.
मिनट, I'll try. Yeah, I guess अभी बराबर है, right?
So now you can see exactly all-time high, and जो जिधर अभी 2011 का highs था उधर वो retest मार रहा है.
Yes, I think so. It is looking good.
Support level over
High.
yeah.
This is a support level that you are talking about, right?
Yeah, and then it took resistance on all-time high.
Yeah.
So this is a great support as well in monthly.
Right. Looking good. Okay. Now moving on, we'll go to Denis Chemical. This is one of the stock. I looked at the weekly chart. It was looking good. It has broken out from a double bottom formation. I don't think so. This stock, like many people have in their watch list, and even I have made a pivot position only. But this stock has broken out. The volumes are very good of Denis Chemical. It has been increasing on good volumes, and the risk reward ratio is also pretty good. It is at 67 levels on the. It has given a monthly breakout at 60 levels, so that will become the support for the next run. But once it crosses this particular mark of 76 and 77, it can give you quick returns till 110 levels and probably around 140 levels as well. So just keep in mind this is a small cap stock, I think so. So on a monthly chart, it is looking good. You can look at the daily chart as well. It has broken out from good consolidation. So you can see a good consolidation of. It might be a penny stock as well, but it is looking very good on charts. So if it corrects near the 60 or the 63 marks, then it is you can look to have a position and keep a stop loss of around 15 points, so around 45 levels. And this is the high risk, high reward kind of a situation, but this is looking good. And the last two stocks from my list, one is Navin Fluorine. So you can look at it. Navin Fluorine, there was a good breakout at 2,900 levels. It went till 3,600 levels, and currently there is a 4-week support at this particular level of 3,100 levels. So this might start to like gain momentum in the coming weeks. We are looking to add this stock at the support level instead of chasing the breakout levels. So here the risk is also lower, because if you enter at 3,150 levels, you can see multiple wicks getting rejected. Like at 3,100 levels, the buyers are stepping in, and it has been consolidating since a long time. So it can give you a better entry point at 3,100 or 3,150 levels. And the breakout point is around 3,350 levels. So once it crosses that particular level, you can see Navin Fluorine making a new high as well. So this is a slow moving stock, but a very good company with good fundamentals and a good business, you can look to buy at this particular level. And the last one is Redington. We look at the weekly chart of Redington. Okay, we'll start with first the monthly chart, and as you can see, it has crossed its all-time high of 210 levels. It gave a monthly breakout. So we have identified that the trend is up, and now I'm looking to enter this particular stock. So for entering, I look at the daily chart, and I think so there was the result declaration. The results were good. There are some structural changes in the company as well. I don't know in detail, but I think so. These are the kind of gaps which will turn into support. So as you can see, 230 is acting as a very good support for this particular stock, and there was a block deal as well at 230 levels. I think so 2 days ago on Thursday, if I'm not wrong. So Reddington, if it comes near the 230 mark or at 225 level, that is 220 to 230 is a very good buy zone for Reddington, and the breakout level is around 260 levels. So once it crosses that 260 level with no overhead supply, Reddington can give you quick returns in a short period of time, and because as you have seen, it went from 190 to 270 levels in 3 days itself. So there is a low float involved. The company is also doing good. So I think so. Reddington has a good chance of giving super performance returns in a short period of time. Now we can discuss the the queries that has been asked. So, Darshan, can you let me know?
Yes, we'll cover some of the stocks from the YouTube comment section.
Okay.
Start with Adani Power.
I guess we had bought Adani Power a couple of days ago. Okay, fine. In the daily chart, Adani Power, it is looking good for a breakout. The breakout level for Adani Power is around 110 level. Once it crosses that level of 110, it is looking good. The only issue is that it is overextended. Like from 91, it is you are buying about 110 levels. It is a bit extended, so the stop losses would be a bit low. Like the stop loss, if you are entering above 110 level, the stop loss would be below 90 levels. So if you are comfortable with that particular stop loss, you can look to enter. Otherwise, there is another entry point at 100 levels. If you get at 100 levels, then the risk reward is better, because it is looking good. Because daily chart में I think so ascending triangle formation बना है. Weekly chart देख लेंगे. Weekly chart में ये I think कितने वीक का कंसोलिडेशन ब्रेक करने वाला है. 110 लेवल इज ब्रोकन आउट. डेट रेंज, सो अराउंड 10 वीक्स का कंसोलिडेशन ब्रेक करेगा, एंड उसके ऊपर ओवरहेड सप्लाई भी काफी कम है. 110 लेवल क्रॉस करने के बाद यू कैन सी और डायरेक्ट ओवरहेड सप्लाई डायरेक्ट 128 130 लेवल्स पे आएगा. सो 2 एंट्री पॉइंट्स, लुक टू एंटर अबाउट 110 लेवल्स या 100 लेवल के पास, बट स्टॉप लॉस वुड बी बिलो 90 लेवल्स. सो अडानी पावर का भी सर्किट चेंज हुआ है, आई गेस.
Right. We'll take the next ones. PNB and Tata Coffee.
PNB the national bank, right?
Punjab National Bank.
देखो इसका रिजल्ट आया था PNB का. आई डोंट नो हाउ द रिजल्ट्स आर, बट यस इट हैज अभी बॉटम बन गया ऐसा लग रहा है मेरे को इस पे ऑन अ मंथली टाइम फ्रेम. सो वंस इट क्रॉसेस द 46.5 और 46.7, देन इट कैन मूव टिल 58 लेवल्स. डेली चार्ट देख लेते हैं. डेली चार्ट पे भी अच्छा लग रहा है. डेली चार्ट पे it had broken out at this particular level of 42-43. It went till 45, then it again came to retest this particular level of 43. But just keep in mind uska result Friday ko aaya tha. I don't know how the results are, but looking at the charts, it should reverse from 42 level max stops. So once it is providing a good entry point in this thing, because usually what it is doing, it is breaking out, then it consolidates, then it again breaks out. So it is going a good entry point. So one can look to enter this particular stock for a swing trade with a small stop loss.
Tata Coffee.
टाटा कॉफी इज ट्रेडिंग एट ऑल टाइम हाई, तो उधर सप्लाई काफी आ रहा है, 186 का काफी बड़ा है, और इसका ब्रेकआउट आया था 140 लेवल, सो इट इज लुकिंग क्वाइट एक्सटेंडेड एज वेल. सो एंट्री पॉइंट देख लेंगे डेली चार्ट में जाके कि कहाँ बेटर एंट्री पॉइंट मिल सकती है. सो बेटर टू वेट फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर लेवल ऑफ 160 लेवल्स. अगर 160 आ रहा है तो काफी अच्छा है, बट it can reverse from this particular 170 level as well, but I'll look to enter once it closes above 190 levels, या वो 160 level के पास आएगा तभी, because right now it is consolidating and we don't know how much more it can consolidate. So like, don't keep your money blocked in such script if you are looking for trading purpose, and for investment purpose wait for 160 levels or wait for it to close above the 190 mark.
Also, the thing is, I think coffee as a sector has been covered very extensively by a lot of news channels, etc. So that also plays, and I think they'll be sticking to certain stocks. So always avoid the stock that is being discussed on the various news channels in particular, because that will actually be a trap for you guys, the retail, us to enter. So that is one thing that we should keep in mind. Tata Coffee, I think 2-3 बार last week में it has been covered from the limited CNBC that I've seen. So be careful with that aspect also.
Also ये काफी cyclic रहता है, right? I guess.
Actually, अपने को जब JSW भी अच्छा लग रहा था, right? When it was looking good to cross
right.
720, I think it was being very, very extensively covered by CNBC, and we saw almost 680 on that from 720. And F&O के stock में अगर 7-8-9% का correction आएगा, so that's a big correction. All the weak hands will be out. So always, be careful with that aspect also. Not to trade on any recommendation that is being, provided for free on television channels, because there are vested interests, and obviously the retail is not, unka best interest is not retail making money. Always remember this.
Correct.
So that was about it. Next few stocks, I think there are around 8-9 stocks that we are supposed to discuss. Indigo and IRB Infra. These two are also on our radar, I think. So we can discuss these two. Indigo Airlines.
Indigo weekly chart में it is looking very like ripe for a breakout. Classic cup and handle pattern बनाया उसने. So like I'll just make this thing followed by a handle. So it has a good support at 1500 levels. It is facing resistance at 1850 levels. So once it crosses that, I think so with the open up theme, अभी थोड़ा lockdown भी ease हो रहा है उसके ये सब. I think so these stocks would be in momentum. So the entry levels for Indigo on a daily time frame, it is having a good support at the 1730 mark. 1730 का इसका काफी बड़ा resistance था. तो once that resistance is crossed, वो support बन जाता है, पर इसका time frame छोटा है. So ये swing trades के लिए आप कर सकते हो 1730 पे entry करके आपका stop loss आप रख सकते हो 1700 के नीचे. Otherwise, if you are looking for an investment purpose या एक momentum trade के हिसाब से, so 1850 levels पे आप enter करो once it crosses that particular level, and after that then it would be in momentum. But here अपना risk reward इतना favorable नहीं रहेगा जितना अपन सपोर्ट पे लेंगे उससे ज्यादा. So Indigo is looking good on a weekly time frame.
Can we look at Spicejet also, since we are discussing airlines? And
Spicejet का भी I think 70 is a very good support for Spicejet. So this is a weekly time frame. I think so
the reason is because Indigo is being covered by almost everybody. So maybe वो थोड़ा रुलाएगा, थोड़े weekends को और trap करेगा, patience खाएगा.
And I guess ये F&O में भी है Indigo, तो काफी थोड़ा
Indigo is a stock, हाँ, so थोड़ा volatile ज़्यादा रहेगा.
So yes, I think so Spicejet भी काफी अच्छा लग रहा है. You can see it respects the resistance, वो change of polarity concept जो बोलते हैं resistance to support. So 62 का resistance था, फिर 107 गया, फिर वापस 60 आया, तब से रिवर्स मारा. नाउ इट हैज ब्रोकन आउट एट दिस पर्टिकुलर लेवल ऑफ 73. सो यहाँ पे भी चेंज ऑफ पोलैरिटी कंसेप्ट यूजुअली फॉलो होना चाहिए. सो इसका एंट्री पॉइंट 70 से 75, डोंट थिंक सो उससे नीचे जाना चाहिए. It is a good entry point, and the resistance level is around 85 levels. So once it crosses that 85 levels, then it can again come to touch the mark of 100. So around 70 levels, I think so Spicejet अच्छा लग रहा है.
उसके earnings पे एक बार click करना. I think the second last candle is earnings.
I think so. क्या है ये? Same है ना?
नहीं, हाँ, this
is in line with expectation.
in line with expectation, but I think that is something that needs to be checked because that is followed by a big red candle,
Right.
which is tested support. एक बार वो result भी देखना पड़ेगा उसका.
Right. Definitely.
Next stock IRB Infra.
वॉल्यूम काफी सही, लास्ट वीक का वॉल्यूम काफी अच्छा था. बिग ग्रीन कैंडल, आई डोंट नो व्हाई, बट ये भी यू कैन सी अ कप एंड हैंडल फॉर्मेशन एज वेल ओवर हियर वीकली टाइम फ्रेम में. ये कप है एंड विद दिस अ हैंडल व्हिच इज अ रेक्टेंगुलर पोर्शन. सो दिस इज लुकिंग गुड. 115 के नीचे जाना नहीं चाहिए, वो उसका काफी बड़ा अच्छा सपोर्ट है 115. And it has a good resistance at 135 levels. So once it crosses the 134, 135 levels, then it would be in momentum. But I guess the trend has changed, and now it will like slowly turn into an uptrend. So usually क्या होता है, trend जब ये downtrend change होता है, it can either go into a sideways trend, it can either like directly move to an uptrend. बट थोड़े स्टॉक्स में ऐसा होता है कि साइडवे डाउन ट्रेंड खत्म होता है, वो साइडवेज में पहले जाता है एंड फिर वो अप ट्रेंड में चालू हो रहा है. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द स्टॉक्स व्हिच इज शोइंग दिस काइंड ऑफ अ बिहेवियर. डाउन ट्रेंड खत्म हो गया, अभी वो साइडवेज में है, एंड वंस इट क्रॉसेस द 135 मार्क, देन इट विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग अ सीरीज ऑफ हायर हाई एंड हायर लोज, एंड देन इट विल बी इन मोमेंटम. So the important levels for this particular stock of IRB is 135 level. Once it crosses that 135 level on a closing basis, or else आप 115 पे भी आप enter कर सकते हो. Okay, the next one.
Next one is Lemontree.
Some hotel stocks, I guess.
So yeah, all these open up theme related stocks, Lemontree, Burger King.
I think so. Yes, already I think so it has been priced in. You can see 30 से वो almost 44 आ गया है. Although it can break out, like 45 के ऊपर जरा अच्छा breakout है, but the upside is limited to 50-51. That is 10% only. Lemontree का. तो उसमें थोड़ा ध्यान रखना Lemontree में. There is another good stock in the hotel. ये EIH. वो काफी अच्छा लग रहा है. EIH because on a daily time frame, it gap up opening हुआ, and then it managed to close at the resistance level, which was a previous resistance level. So you can see a cup and a handle formation as well on the daily chart. A cup है, followed by a handle, and now currently it has this particular level that वो neckline का जो line है उस पे है. थोड़ा आप नीचे जाएंगे तो you can see it has come to retest that particular zone, that is 115. आप करंट प्राइस पे एंटर कर सकते हैं, बट इट हैज अ नेकलाइन इज अराउंड 113 एंड 114. सो अगर आपको ये इसमें जाने का है ओपन अप थीम में, देन EIH इज लुकिंग बेटर देन Lemontree because it can move quickly till like 140 levels on the daily or monthly chart.
Can we see a GOCL Corporation?
GOCL.
Yeah.
Look at the weekly chart first. So it is making a series of higher high and higher lows, and currently it is at a breakout point, I guess. So so it has a breakout point at like around 260, 255 to 260 levels, but once it crosses that particular zone of 270 levels to be exact, 270 level cross किया, then you can see a good momentum till 355 360 levels. So इसका भी सेम ही कंसेप्ट है. कंसेप्ट यही है कि वो डाउन ट्रेंड तो अभी इसका खत्म हो गया है, वो अप ट्रेंड में चल रहा है. So you can look either to buy on the breakout, that is a breakout point of around 270 levels. Once it crosses the 270 level, आपको अच्छा momentum आ सकता है. But otherwise you can look to add at 240 levels as well, because ये भी एक, you can see this was a particular resistance level, and this longer wick indicates on the daily time frame that the buyers are stepping in. So you can look to buy this particular stock as well. खाली ये momentum में नहीं रहेगा. Momentum तभी आएगा जब 270 level is crossed. Any thoughts, Pranav?
Also, this stock is very illiquid, so when you do go to buy, if you do, then slowly buying करना पड़ेगा. अगर 500,000 लेना है especially, तो 100 करके, क्योंकि बहुत illiquid है, especially on days when it just wants to chill and relax instead of going up 10-20%. जब भी जाता है तब भी बड़ा volume आता है. And second thing was there is a
defense now.
sorry, yeah.
It's related to defense in some sense, I think.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
defense stocks were in focus last week. If you see HAL or BDL or वो सब ने move किया शायद last week में.
It is oil lubricants actually. But it does do in defense as well. Like it has detonators and stuff. And also इसमें कुछ land bank का story आ रहा है कि इसमें कुछ है काफी land is the news that I'm getting. So based on that, I have personally entered this stock at 230 levels. So yeah, but I agree with Archit. I think 270 is a big resistance. Once it crosses that, it's going to go on a very good momentum. So watch for this one, I feel.
Perfect. Burger King, next one. Burger King.
Burger King अच्छा लग रहा है. It is like one. Okay. And see, this is a left shoulder, this is a head, and followed by this is a right shoulder. So एक IPO strategy करके है basically. So अभी तो पूरा नहीं बता पाऊंगा, but currently this base has been formed according to the IPO strategy, and once it crosses this particular level of 160 levels, it is looking very good. Momentum में रह सकता है. फिर again it can come to test like 195 or like 195 तो काफी दूर का हो गया, but around 170 175 marks. So looking good. The volume action is also good, I guess. You can see जब भी ग्रीन कैंडल आ रही है उसका वॉल्यूम एक्शन कम है, एंड जब भी रेड कैंडल मतलब जब भी डाउनफॉल आता है तभी उसका वॉल्यूम लेस है. सो इट इज अ साइन ऑफ अक्यूमुलेशन. इसका आरएसआई देख लेते हैं, whether the RSI is breaking out or not for confirmation. And yes, and as I expected, RSI में same support resistance concept use होता है. So it broke out at 57 58. It went till the overbought region of 76. वापस 58 पे आया, and now it is again going into the momentum side. So I guess इसका you can look to buy above 160 level. So 170 175 180 185 का targets आ सकता है.
The way Burger King moves, I think it is a matter of a couple of sessions. The targets that I'm mentioning.
Right. It is just वो circuit type move रहता है इसका, most probably.
Next one, Prince Pipes.
Weekly it is looking a bit extended currently. Shooting star formation kind of बन गया है already. So but उसका weekly chart में ऐसे देखे जाए तो the buying levels are around 600 levels, but that is quite like 100 point का correction आ रहा है ऐसा बोल रहे. But I think so maximum वो जा सकता है 610 620 levels. Upside is currently limited right now. अगर आपको एंटर करना है so look to enter only when it crosses the 760 mark. नहीं तो wait for the particular levels of 610, 615. अपन मूविंग एवरेज सपोर्ट देख लेंगे किधर आ रहा है. सो एज यू कैन सी इसका मूविंग एवरेज सपोर्ट इज अराउंड 670 लेवल्स एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द वो मीन टू रिवर्जन थ्योरी है. तो लाइक यू कैन सी ये 20-day मूविंग एवरेज को यूजुअली डेली टाइम फ्रेम पे यूजुअली वो रेट पे जब भी आता है वो प्राइस पे इट यूजुअली रिवर्सेस. सो अगर आपको एंट्री करना है, यू आर अ risk seeking investor, look to enter at 670 levels. उधर से घूमना चाहिए. Otherwise, for a long term investing, you should look for 620 levels to be added. Fine. The next one.
Anupam Rasayan.
So it is इसका 750 का अच्छा सपोर्ट है. इसका भी सेम प्रॉब्लम है. इट इज क्वाइट इलिक्विड अनुपम रसायन. सो एंट्री करते वक्त थोड़ा ध्यान रखना. स्टॉप लॉसेस को थोड़ा दूर रखना पड़ेगा बिकॉज इट इज गोइंग टू गेट हिट एंड क्वांटिटी भी मतलब. सो आई थिंक सो 750 इज अ वेरी गुड सपोर्ट फॉर अनुपम रसायन, whereas the breakout point is around 800 levels. So better to add this stock when it is like correcting, and you can look to enter at 750 levels if you get a chance.
Next one is Dynapro, DYNAPRO.
So Dynamic Products moves in very like uptrend में ही है. इसको भी support पे लेना चाहिए. I'll remove the moving average. And currently you can see the higher VIX indicates that the supply आते जा रहा है इसको 600 लेवल से ये लेवल पे. So better to add this stock at a support level. 450 का इसका काफी अच्छा support level है and right now it is in a good consolidation zone. So don't look to add like जब भी breakout हो रहा है तभी, because ये higher VIX का it is showing that the supply is being pulled at 580 level, 585 levels. So either look to buy this particular stock at 600 levels और ये 450 के पास आया तो बेस्ट. इन केस कभी मार्केट पैनिक हो रहा है और तभी अपने को मिलता है 450 पे, then it is the best thing. And as you can see 20-day moving average is also around 450 level and it usually respects that particular level. So this is giving you a good entry point at 450 level. Trend overall up है अभी right now, consolidate हो रहा है. So आप 450 पे लेके नीचे 50 पॉइंट का स्टॉप लॉस लगा के ले सकते हो डायनामिक प्रो प्रोडक्ट्स.
नेक्स्ट वन अर्चित, एक्रिसिल अपन ने कवर किया नहीं ना?
नहीं, एक्रिसिल नहीं किया कवर. I think so. एक्रिसिल का भी सेम ही है इशू. लिक्विडिटी इज एन इशू ओवर हियर. सो जब भी मोमेंटम में रहता है तब देन इट इज लाइक बैंक 15-20% आपको 2-3 सेशन में ही मिल जाएगा. बट नहीं तो ये काफी थकाता है ये आइटम. सो राइट नाउ वो ऑलरेडी 350 था. रिजल्ट के बाद वो ऑलरेडी 570 580 आ गया. थोड़ा एक्सटेंडेड लग रहा है. So look to add this particular stock on the retest of this thing 500. Don't look because अब ये काफी consolidate भी हो सकता है 5-6 दिन 7-8 दिन या 1-2 वीक. मतलब ये टाइप ऑफ कंसोलिडेशन में आप आ गए तो आप काफी बोर हो जाओगे. दिस इज अ वेरी बिग कंसोलिडेशन because as you can see it moves up in a vertical manner, then consolidates for a long time, testing the patience of the investor. Usually investor थक जाता है and you leave out and then it moves 20-30% in 2-3 days. So better to wait at 500 levels to enter this particular stock. Otherwise once 600 is crossed, a new breakout is like नया higher high बनाएगा तो आप तभी enter कर सकते हो.
Exactly the point that you mentioned here. If you see April का जो third candle है, the big red candle, it might have given some breakout के indications, or if someone must have bought it, उसने almost 1.5 महीना अपना पैसा block किया है if he has not exited in a loss. And what happens is उसके बाद एक बड़ा green candle आएगा और आदमी को अपना भाव दिखेगा, and then that brow will go for 5 minutes from the screen, and the next time it comes you'll exit and you'll miss the entire rally. that follows it.
So
I think timing such stocks is a difficult process, but I think yes, I think इसमें timing का ही game है ये पूरे चीज में. Better is support पे लो इसको.
राइट, तो बेसिकली क्या हो गया था, मैंने ये स्टॉक लिया था. सो अप्रैल 8 आई रिमेम्बर इसका सर्किट लिमिट चेंज हुआ था फ्रॉम 5 to 20. सो आई एंटर्ड एट दिस पर्टिकुलर लेवल वंस इट क्रॉस द 380 मार्क, एंड देन द नेक्स्ट डे ओनली वो नीचे आ गया था 350, एंड देन अ हेल लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस इट टेस्टेड, बट आई न्यू दैट द कंपनी इज गोइंग गुड, बट काफी टाइम लगा उसको मोमेंटम में आने को. सो ये सब पर्टिकुलर स्टॉक का यही स्टोरी है, आप हाई पे एक बार ले लो तो वो काफी ट्रैप कर सकता है आपको for a long period of time, and if you have a limited capital, then your capital gets blocked. So for this kind of stocks, आपको सपोर्ट पे ले तो आपके लिए ज्यादा अच्छा है, नहीं तो आप ब्रेकआउट पे ले रहे, then you should have that mindset that I am going to hold even if it consolidates for 1, 2 or 3 months.
Exactly. I think we have 3-4 stocks left for today's session.
Okay.
We'll cover some of your favorite ones. I think Hindustan Copper, Sequent Scientific, Deepak Nitrite.
Okay.
3 stocks that we've traded a lot of times.
So yes, so
Deepak Nitrite, Sequent.
Hindustan Copper पे तो काफी चालू है. People are losing out patience, but I think so. Hindustan Copper currently it is at a very good level. ये जो 155 to 160 का मार्क है, it is a very good support zone, and if you are getting like this is the best support zone to enter Hindustan Copper. ये 155 till 150 from 150 level, because it has broken out at this particular level. It went till 190 levels. People have entered at 170, 175 levels. That is why they are impatient. But I guess the level of 150 to 160 would be held, and it should reverse. But खाली इसका एक है कि इसका 170 to 175 रेजिस्टेंस रहेगा. So it can consolidate for a 2 weeks or 3 weeks also, but right now it is at a good support level that like इसमें आप enter कर सकते हो 159 पे, and you can keep a stop loss of around 15 points, and you can get a rally of around 200 levels. So हिंद कॉपर काफी अच्छा लग रहा है. वीकली चार्ट पे, डेली चार्ट पे आज देख रहे हो बीसीपी ब्रेकआउट था ये. Like this was one cup, this was one contraction followed by another and followed by another. Okay, ये breakout दिया, it has come to retest to test the strength of the buyers. इसका अपन खाली RSI देख लेंगे, and as you can see खाली एक वरी आ रहा है मेरा RSI like on a daily time frame. RSI थोड़ा शिफ्ट हो रहा है बुलिश जोन से, अभी वो न्यूट्रल जोन में जा रहा है. तो न्यूट्रल जोन इज वेयर द स्टॉक यूजुअली कंसोलिडेट्स. सो 40 इज अ वेरी गुड सपोर्ट लेवल ऑन द RSI जोन. यू कैन सी मल्टीपल टाइम्स उधर से रिवर्स किया है. सो अभी डाउनसाइड लिमिटेड है. इट हैज कम टू रीटेस्ट द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द बायर्स. सो आई गेस मैक्सिमम 150 तक करेक्ट हो सकता है, बट उसके बाद में it should move up or either consolidate, and उसका 170 175 का resistance बन जाएगा. So this is Hindustan Copper. The next one is Sequent Scientific. So Sequent Scientific also weekly chart पे देखोगे तो bullish zone पे ही है. So basically what is a bullish zone in RSI? 3 ranges रहता है. एक bearish zone रहता है. bearish zone is RSI ranging from 20 I think so 15 till 40. Neutral zone is 40 to 60, and the bullish zone is from 60 to 80 or 85. So currently Sequent RSI support पे, weekly chart पे. डेली चार्ट पे भी आप देख सकते हो उसका 250 का बहुत अच्छा सपोर्ट है. एंड सीक्वेंट का हैबिट है वीक होल्डर्स को निकालने के लिए, बट इट हैज बीन कंसोलिडेटिंग सिंस अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम. आई थिंक सो द रिजल्ट का जब भी डेट आएगा वो इट कैन बी द ट्रिगर पॉइंट, बट आई डोंट थिंक सो द लेवल ऑफ 250 शुड बी ब्रोकन आउट एनी टाइम सून. इसका खाली आरएसआई देख ले, मूविंग एवरेज सपोर्ट देख लेते हैं. ओके, सो एज यू कैन सी यूजुअली वो 50 डे मूविंग एवरेज के नीचे क्लोज नहीं करता है ऑन अ डेली टाइम फ्रेम, एंड कभी भी करता है तो यू कैन सी दिस थिंग, एक विक आ जाता है नीचे के अराउंड. सो करेंटली इट इज एट अ गुड सपोर्ट लेवल, एंड आई गेस 250 ब्रेक नहीं करना चाहिए. और उधर से घूम के, and once the result date and the results are announced, then we can look ahead what is going to happen in this particular stock. And the last one,
Deepak
Darshan?
Nitrite.
Deepak Nitrite. दीपक नाइट्राइट और आई थिंक सो नवीन फ्लोरिन का चार्ट काफी सिमिलर है. इवन आफ्टर अ वेरी गुड शो ऑफ द रिजल्ट्स, आई गेस वो करेक्ट होना चालू हुआ है, बट इट टुक अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम टू क्रॉस द 1700 मार्क्स, 1700 to 720 मार्क्स. तो उसका वो काफी बड़ा सपोर्ट जोन है this particular, and it is currently checking the strength of the buyers, and it is at the same time it is removing the weak holders. So it is looking good. ये लेवल मेरे हिसाब से 1700 का लेवल ब्रेक नहीं करना चाहिए. रेक्टेंगुलर फॉर्मेशन दे रहा है, एंड एनी वन पर्टिकुलर डे यू कैन सी अ गुड bullish candle till 1800 levels. So it is consolidating. All the three stocks are consolidating and in a sideways trend. You can look to enter the particular stock, but it will check your patience and check your conviction. In the end, the conviction is going to matter the most, instead of like.
One thing that I would like to add, I think these are probably the stocks that people have, at least people in my circle have, rided a lot, and मतलब हर लेवल पे बाय ही किया है, ऊपर के भाव पे भी बाय किया है. So I think this is from a long-term investment point of view. These stocks are good when you can get it at supports, unless the trend changes. So I think as long as the trend is, bullish and positive trend, up trend में जब तक यार वो support पे लेते रहो. I think that's a big consolidation there, which broke out and we tested it.
I think the result भी काफी अच्छे थे.
Result भी अच्छा था, right?
बट वो जो FNO में आ जाता है एक बार स्टॉक, तो पोजीशन बन जाती है, एंड देन it usually like tests a lot of patience. Once like
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After 9 weeks, it broke out. Consolidation of 9 weeks. It broke out, moved from 1700 to 1950, 2000, almost 2000 levels. और वहां से पूरा retest हुआ है. तो I think 1700 near the moving average support. This looks good to me, I think, from an investment point of view also. ट्रेडिंग में थकाएगा शायद, बट इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए शायद अच्छा है.
तो बेसिकली पोर्टफोलियो बिल्डिंग में हम लोग यही, मेरा यूजुअली ऐसे ही रहता है कि अगर मैंने कोई स्टॉक को पकड़ लिया, देन आई लुक टू राइड द होल ट्रेंड. हर न्यू ब्रेकआउट पे बाय करूंगा एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स. सो यूजुअली पीपल लूज पेशेंस. दे डोंट हैव अ पर्टिकुलर कन्विक्शन कि कब तक राइड करना चाहिए, कब तक अपने को होल्ड करना चाहिए, and so on and so forth. So like one prime example is Loris Lab. So I have added Loris Lab at every breakout levels, and I have mentioned it on my charts as well कि जब भी ये breakout होता है मेरा एक नया position add हो जाता है. So I have added at 385, 400, 450, and I have done the same thing for my clients as well. Like if you want to see the performance sheet, we have added Loris Lab even at 390 levels, even at 450 levels, and currently at 505 levels. So यही चीज रहता है. यूजुअली पीपल डोंट बाय एवरेज अप. दे हैव अ टेंडेंसी कि जब भी नीचे आएगा मैं वो स्टॉक को और बाय करते रहूंगा. सो दैट इज वन अप्रोच दैट यू शुड कीप इन माइंड कि look to follow the trend. That is the basic, and once you do that, then it becomes a cakewalk.
That is when you'll be able to generate returns on your capital, right? So you're not going to marry the stock forever. As long as it gives you positive return, तब तक आपको stock में बने रहना है. If you try to add, stocks when it comes down, and value picking का वही एक problem है. When you try to pick value, you don't know how long you're going to be invested in that particular stock. So I think the market also in the last 12 months has been clearly कि trend के हिसाब से चल रहा है. Yes Bank का ही मैं नाम लेने वाला था कि जिसने भी हर नीचे के भाव पे सपोर्ट पे लेने का ट्राई किया है,
right?
So trend was a downtrend. It still is in a downtrend. वो पैसा ब्लॉक ही हुआ है.
So people usually like मैंने काफी मेरे दोस्त लोग ने भी किया. They have a tendency to buy stocks that which has been beaten down, and they are like कि अभी 13 से नीचे जाएगा क्या. Yes, इसका वैल्यू है, 13 is a very good value, but it is not moving. Cost of opportunity you are losing out. आप अगर इस पे नहीं डालते थे तो आप और किस में डालते थे जो डबल हो गया, ट्रिपल हो गया. But this particular stock of Yes Bank it is currently at the same level as of last year. So it doesn't make sense. You have to follow the trend basically. अगर वो ऊपर जा रहा है, it is like a न्यूटन का लॉ है basically कि any object would be in force until and unless something like this thing like pushes it or keeps the pressure. So follow karo trend, and that is the like the holy grail of investing, I think so.
I think one more example and also stock on the YouTube comments is Happiest Minds. I think another stock that we've added at almost every breakout. I personally have a good position in Happiest Mind.
Yes. So like you can see like how this stock is moving. It is moving in a series of higher high and higher lows, and that is the best particular way to enter a stock. And considering, I think so, Happiest Mind, it has a very good fundamentals, and you can see whenever it breaks out, it gives a good rally. It comes to retest as well. It is upon your conviction or your trade levels when you have to enter this particular stock. So अगर आप ये ब्रेकआउट पे भी लेते हैं इसके ऑल टाइम हाई पे, दैट इज द 400 लेवल्स, यू कुड हैव जनरेटेड लाइक कभी था ये, आई थिंक सो फरवरी से जून तक वो ऑलमोस्ट डबल हो गया, डबल के भी ऊपर हो गया. सो दिस इज लुकिंग गुड. हैप्पीएस्ट माइंड, जस्ट फॉलो द ट्रेंड, आपके लेवल्स होने चाहिए. एंड माय आइडिया इज टू बी लाइक कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड पोजीशन चाहिए. इफ आई हैव अ कन्विक्शन आई कैन मेक अ बिल्ड पोजीशन. ऐसे नहीं कि 20 स्क्रिप्ट में काम करना है, अपने को 10 स्क्रिप्ट में काम करना है, बट यू हैव टू मेक अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ मनी एंड अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ पोजीशन, सो द रिटर्न्स वुड बी मच बिगर एज वेल.
Exactly. Can you just look at one stock? I think I'll just like to share small story. Sai Baba investment देख सकता है क्या? Sai Baba investment.
साई बाबा, ओके. वीकली क्या देखना है?
आप वीकली पे जाना, 4 का भाव था एक पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे.
ओके, ये वाला.
So the point is that, you know, do whatever you want, but at least be invested in companies which have fundamentals. So that is, I think, you know, even by basic technical analysis, price, action, volume, or market cap, basic checks से भी आप you can become a good investor without knowing much about the company in depth. मतलब you need not read a 50-pager, 60-pager report on knowing what the company does. But if you know basic fundamental checks है आपके, and if you're riding the chart pattern, I think that will help you, and it will help you play as a proxy to, you know, detailed fundamental analysis. What happened here is, I know someone who invested a big amount of capital on year से कि ये स्टॉक आपको दिखेगा कि यार ऊपर ही जा रहा है, ऊपर ही जा रहा है. I am mentioning February of 2016 is where, you know, this stock started moving. January, February 2016.
हाँ, yes, it started 140 से डायरेक्ट कुछ 500 गया था.
ये बहुत सारे मतलब people actually get trapped in the fear of missing out. That is the problem, and वो एकदम ऊपर के भाव पे चढ़ते हैं. So I know someone who entered in this particular stock at 400 levels, and the
ये सब स्टॉक्स में एग्जिट ही नहीं मिलेगा. इट इज लाइक वंस यू आर इन द राइट, ठीक है. If you are not exited at proper levels, you are not going to exit, because as I have seen, which
the mindset of averaging or falling, you know, falling knife को catch करने का problem.
right,
I entered with a quantity almost 10 lakhs का position बना दिया था इसके अंदर, because someone must, I think 1200-1300 का भी कुछ भाव था इसके पहले previously. So someone must have told him that ये यहाँ से तो 1500 lifetime high पे जाने वाला है, and he entered, and unfortunately entered at the top. And then averaged it around about 20-25 lakhs ka position, which is now worth 20,000 rupees. So I think the point of bringing it up is obviously, you know, iska balance sheet at least khol ke dekho. If you're doing a positional trade, at least do basic screener pe jao, basic fundamentals check karo. What is the market cap? You know, what has been the reserves? What are the reserves that a company is having? What is the liabilities? What are the assets? What is the revenue? Receivables कितना है revenue के सामने. Do basic funda checks and then you write the chart pattern. उसमें कोई वांदा नहीं है, लेकिन whoever entered this at 400 उसको exit ही नहीं मिला है till almost about what 20-25 rupees तक exit ही नहीं मिला almost. फिर वो मतलब नहीं है ना उतना पैसा तोड़ने के बाद your entire capital will ride off. So short point is कि आप trade karo, but trade in good companies which have some fundamental backing. If you see the balance sheet, there's reserves of 50,000 rupees in the company, profit of 1 lakh rupees. अभी ऐसे company का 400 रुपया भाव, so avoid junk basically.
Definitely. So we'll looking to end the session.
The last session that we were discussing real estate, and we had spoken of Parshvanath as a company. I'm not sure about it, but we mentioned that isko avoid karo, although it is looking good technically. PRSV था, SV, हाँ.
PRSV.
हाँ, Parshvanath Developers. वो वहां से 4, 5, 6 सर्किट मार चुका है, I think.
Right.
But we avoided it because we don't know the fundamentals of the company. So it is better, to put your money where, at least के भाव नीचे आएगा, but your capital is safe.
Protected. So basically ये भी देखा मैंने, like there are so many, if you look, आपको चार्ट देखना है तो आप 20-25 स्टॉक देख सकते हो, but basically you cannot trade each and every stock, right? ब्रेकआउट स्टॉक तो मैं 100 डाल सकता हूँ कि अपने को ये चार्ट में ब्रेकआउट होने वाला है, वो सबको मालूम है, बट उसमें से कौन सा पोजीशन क्रिएट करना है, कौन से इसमें कन्विक्शन हाई करना है, सो दैट इज वेयर द एक्सपर्टीज कम्स, कि कौन सा पोजीशन लेना है और कौन सा पोजीशन बड़ा बिल्ड करने का है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट यू हैव टू कीप इन माइंड. डोंट जस्ट ब्लाइंडली फॉलो चार्ट्स. थोड़ा टेक्निकल देखो, थोड़ा फंडामेंटल देखो, थोड़ा उन लोग के रिजल्ट्स देखो, हाउ द स्टॉक यूजुअली मूव्स, and then build a position. Otherwise, like आप सब में 50,000 डालोगे, 5-6 स्टॉक बढ़ सकते हैं, पर बाकी के रेस्ट 15 स्टॉक इतना आउट परफॉर्म नहीं करेगा, तो इन दी एंड यू आर नॉट अर्निंग एनीथिंग. सो लुक टू बाय स्टॉक्स which like build a conviction basically. थोड़ा आपको मेहनत करना पड़ेगा, then only you will get rewarded. और जब भी वो नीचे आएगा तभी भी आपके पास कॉन्फिडेंस रहेगा that this stock is good and I can look to add.
I think all the 2020 stocks that we added in 2020, Syngin, Laurus, RP Drugs, all were fundamentally brilliant stocks और अपन ने अच्छे levels पे लिया, and that is why the rewards have been the way they have been.
Right, like we had a big conviction, we have a story built to it, अपन ने fundamental check किया था कि what is changing in this particular thing, and like फिर वो टेक्निकल के साथ करके ऐसा ब्लाइंड किया था. सो यू शुड हैव अ थीम, एक प्रोसेस होना चाहिए बेसिकली. आई गेस
होलिस्टिक अप्रोच होना चाहिए बेसिकली. दैट इज व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू जस्ट कन्वे अक्रॉस, कि खाली चार्ट अच्छा लग रहा है तो भी आप पोजीशन नहीं बना सकते. यू हैव टू चेक द बेसिक फंडामेंटल्स. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि पूरा डिटेल में रिसर्च करो, उसका 10 20 30 पेज 40 पेज का एनुअल रिपोर्ट पढ़ो, बट एटलीस्ट डू बेसिक फंडामेंटल के क्या है, जस्ट टू बी सेफ कि आपका पैसा जहां पे लगा हुआ है. एंड दिस इज इन पर्टिकुलर फॉर योर पोजिशनल ट्रेड्स, कि companies like Laurus Lab, amongst one of the best API companies as of now. So if you're invested in good companies, नीचे आएगा, market correct होगा, you will at least have a sound sleep.
Right. And basically आप like it is more about कि जब we have seen the market usually mostly अभी एक साल में तो सब ऊपर ही गए हैं. We haven't seen that March का fall like most of the new investors. Like मैं तो 4 साल से हूँ, so I usually respect risk कि जब भी ऐसा घटता है तभी you have to book out the losses as well. So that is I think so things you should consider before investing your hard-earned money, because this is your own money and you enter any particular script, आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा 5-10% gain carry कर सकते हो if you have not studied. But if you have studied, you are looking for gains of 100%, 200% multi-bagger returns जैसा. So just try to build that mindset. Mindset is very important over here.
Correct. And I think from our team, Archit and Pranav probably are the best two people who have rided most of the stocks.
I think so. People were hating me for Adani, I guess, Adani Enterprise, but this is one particular stock जहाँ पे मैं momentum play खेल रहा हूँ, and like it has given me like good returns as being an FNO stock. It has being good, and I think so.
You need to disclose what quantity you're holding and what is your average price.
That I cannot disclose over here, but you should like make a conviction, because people were hating Adani stock. I had a different conviction. I was bullish on my fundamentals as well as the charts as well. That is why I was able to ride this particular stock till 1700 levels. So because I have heard people saying कि अभी अडानी क्रैश होने वाला है 1200-1300 से हर लेवल पे मेरे को like
You
people
sold
are
at
telling me
1630, you sold at 1630, you added again.
yeah so that is the mindset that you have to develop and वो थोड़ा time लगेगा but I think so Darshan we should plan a series as well on this thing like how to add up positions and like it would be
Yeah,
helpful
who are looking to do that can join us in the portfolio building service. 6 महीना साल भर काम करेगा साथ में, that approach will automatically be instilled in people, I think, because once you see that someone is riding, I think that is somewhere that even I am not great at, but slowly and gradually learning from Archit कि भाई winning positions को आप ride करो, you cut your losing positions. What happens when you do that is you have a short term pain कि okay I booked out a loss, but it slowly and gradually recovers somewhere else and then you will actually make money. What happens is when a position is losing money, आप क्या करते हो, उसके सामने जो position में profit हो रही है उसको काट देते हो, and what happens is जो lose कर रही थी वो और गिरता है और जो बेच दिया वो बढ़ते ही जाता है, and then there's regret on both the sides कि यार ये पकड़ के रखा, इसका भाव नहीं आ रहा और जो छोड़ दिया वो फटते जा रहा है. So better is always have a conviction. Point number one. Point number two is once you know that this is fundamentally good, this is a company I can stay invested in, ride it till the time the trend doesn't change. जब तक वो up trend में है उसको पूरा ride करो, ठीक है, top पे नहीं बेच पाओगे, you will sell at a stop loss eventually, but that stop loss will be at such a higher level that you wouldn't have imagined. I'll tell you one simple example. Keval is not with us today in the webinar. Keval was, if you can just open Bajaj Finance.
yes
And these are stocks that we've picked when we were 18-19 years. Can we just go to 2016 का buy था शायद मेरे हिसाब से.
monthly chart देख लेता think so वही हो this current level
Correct. 400 का buying है 2016 का.
right
हाँ, I think this is during our articleship, CA articleship time पे हमने ये buy किया हुआ है. And I had back then I was a total newbie, just like most or some of you all might be, and we were new, passionate about markets. ये चीज मैंने 700 रुपए पे बेच दी. ठीक है, I had 500 shares. I was in my CA मतलब articleship time था. 10,000 रुपए 8,000 रुपए stipend थी महीने की. Had bought 500 shares of Bajaj Finance, 100% concentrated position at 400. सर का टिप था, जो भी था, 750 odd levels I had booked out the entire position. And abhi looking back, Keval has not sold it till what, 4,000 rupees? 4,000 March के पहले, I think March के first week में when market started crashing, I think that's when we finally booked out. I think ये जो बड़ा red candle है,
that is the March
हाँ, उसका जो previous support था वो टूटा ना, तभी शायद बेचा है
3,800 या 3,000
वो लेवल पे बुक किया है प्रॉफिट. And then we've added again, मतलब Keval has added again at his entire position somewhere close to 750. So वो एक चीज है कि once you know the fundamentals of the company ना, you see quarter on quarter, you review it कि हर quarter ये company कैसे perform कर रही है, and if it is delivering that kind of performance every quarter, then there's no reason for you to get out of that position. Just because you've made a lot of money from that position doesn't mean you book it out. The stock doesn't know that you are invested. Stock तो उसके हिसाब से चलेगा, आपको पता है आपने इन्वेस्ट किया और का प्राइस बहुत नीचे गया है. What you have to do is don't have to see what is your invested price. You have to see what is the price as on date and what is the company doing and how do you see it going forward.
like
And keep reading. तभी wealth बनेगा in the longer run.
अभी भी you can see Bajaj Finance का नया breakout है weekly का, it has broken out
I did Bajaj Finance yesterday, I think.
yes somehow
Yes,
so like so average, like look to average about develop that particular mindset. Time लगता है वो mindset आने को, but once you see that कि कितना जल्दी बढ़ता है अपना wealth, then like you look to
actually made money from the stock market. This thing we have to be very clear. उसने losing positions को average करके नहीं पैसा बनाया. Right. People who have made money from the market have added once, they've मतलब जिस stock में conviction है, एक concentrated positions बनानी पड़ेगी धीरे at every level, depending on visibility. You will not have the visibility of Bajaj Finance hitting 5,900 in 2015. आपका visibility 700 का होगा, but you have to go back when it comes 700. The mistake that I made of selling it off. Rather, what should have been done is by 2 quarter क्या performance था, how is it looking? Now from 700, does it look good for 1,000? Does it look good for 1,200? Does it look good for 1,500? And as long as the answer is yes, you stay invested and you add more. And that is the beauty, because you will not have all the money on day one when you're investing. आपके पास भी पैसा थोड़ा थोड़ा करके from your primary source you will make money and then you will invest. So don't be in the mindset कि ये मैंने 400 में लिया था मैं 2000 पे कैसे लूं. You have to think 2000 पे मेरे को 5000 की वैल्यू दिख रही है क्या ये पर्टिकुलर चीज में. अगर दिख रही है तो buy it at 2000 rupees. There's no harm in buying it a higher price from your original investment. That is actually a good sign, because the moment when you average it at a higher price, your cost is still lower. आपने पहली बाइंग आपकी 400 पे करी थी, सेकंड बाइंग 800 पे करी, आपका एवरेज अभी भी 600 है, भाव 800 है, स्टिल यू आर इन प्रॉफिट्स. कीप दैट माइंडसेट, बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस इज अपन नीचे में एवरेज करते हैं. सपोज मैंने कोई चीज 500 में ली, वो घट के 350 हो गई, अभी मैंने 350 पे एवरेज करी, my cost is still 425 450 rupees. I'm still in a loss. But when you average a position, when it's going up, you are still in profits. With that mindset, investments happen, and with that mindset, long-term wealth is created. At these levels, 15,000 people will think यार ये बहुत तेजी हो गई, अभी मंदी आएगी, लिमिटेड आएगी, करेक्शन आएगा मार्केट में. There will be chances for you to keep adding positions, and this will happen once you've been invested and slowly building positions. I think this is where I think Archit and Pranav do considerably well. You have anything to add, Pranav?
Yeah, I think about booking of losses, I'll give you an example of my own where मुझे थोड़ा एक शेयर से लगाव हो गया, which I shouldn't have done. And recently I did book a loss in it, but basically it was Bandhan Bank, I think, where I made a lot of profit over the last 12 months in Bandhan Bank. तो जो लॉस हुआ वो प्रॉफिट के सामने कम था, लेकिन तो भी वो जो लास्ट पोजीशन मैंने एक लिया था, एफएनओ में लिया था, वो भी फ्यूचर्स में, वो मुझे बैड रिजल्ट और आसाम, देयर वर सम इश्यूज बेसिकली इन द फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ द कंपनी that were coming out recently, due to which I should have sold it earlier, but I hung on even though because I had some emotional attachment to it, which is very wrong. So I just want to tell you all that you shouldn't do that, because that is the wrong mindset, and that is where I also learned that um, you cannot be emotionally attached to these shares. You just have to think of it very objectively and just do it from a financial standpoint, क्योंकि आपने बहुत मेहनत करके वो पैसा कमा के मार्केट में डाला है, और अगर आप वो गवा रहे हो तो फिर आपका जो मेहनत है 1 साल का, 6 महीने का, 3 महीने का, जो भी है, सैलरी से, बिजनेस से, वो आप पैसा, कैपिटल, हार्ड अर्न मनी गवा रहे हो. तो फिर be very careful whenever you're investing, and don't be attached to any share.
That is a very fair point. Attachment, I'll tell you what the problem with attachment is. Once people start going right, there is some kind of an ego that is built. बाजार तेजी का है, सबने जो भी analysis किया has been rewarded by the markets itself, because there was liquidity, the trend is bullish, economy is seeing, looking forward and going up, markets are going up. तो एक ईगो आ जाता है कि भाई मैंने एनालिसिस किया है, ठीक है, it will not, I don't need not book a loss. But I think booking out, respecting the fact that market will not reward you every time and every analysis will not go right, वो एक समझ होनी चाहिए. And I think over a period of time ही आएगा. None of us are experts from day one. We do this, day in, day out. We take some hits, we burn our hands, fingers, everything, and then we learn out of experience. But this is something which as a system, if we can instill in our personality के भाई ठीक है गलती हो गई निकलो, वो गलती को करेक्ट करने के लिए और गलतियां मत करो और वो गलती से इतना अटैच मत करो कि वो तुमको गलती ना लगे. So that is something that we can take a decision on. Otherwise क्या होता है, I had invested in a company called Prime Focus based on some tip from my office. I invested at 100 rupees. I had around 5,000 shares, and this is my last year of articleship. I had made a lot of money in the market through tips till then, like a lot of people in their early years do. वो company back to back quarter on quarter loss book कर रही है, loss बढ़ते जा रहा है. I didn't sell it. ठीक है, I remember last, अभी भी मेरे पास 500-600 शेयर पड़े रह गए. I'm not sure what the price is now. I don't even remember. मेरे नजर पे भी नहीं है, वॉच लिस्ट में भी नहीं है, कहीं पे नहीं है वो स्टॉक. I have 500-800 shares कुछ अभी भी पड़े हो गए मेरे पास. So the point is, once you know कि अच्छा this is not turning out how I expected it. So at that time the logic of that investment was every movie VFX is the next big thing. VFX, every movie Prime Focus is the one that gives VFX. Disregarding the fact that VFX as a business, what are the margins? What is the debt that the company has? What is the cost of operations? Whether this is a profitable venture in the first place. Those things were disregarded. टिप के बेस पे काम किया, पैसा लगा. About concentration also doesn't mean you go all in. You have to have diversification, but that diversification cannot be कि हर कंपनी में 50,000 लगाया when your portfolio is say 50 lakhs, then it will not yield any returns. The diversification has to be in a manner that जिस पे आपका conviction ज्यादा है उस पे आपका पैसा ज्यादा लगा हो, और जिस पे आपकी conviction कम है, आप जहाँ पे bet ले रहे हो या hero खेल रहे हो, वहाँ पे your invested capital is very small. So that was one, and it is still in my portfolio because I just stopped caring about that stock anymore. And then वो पड़ा है जो पड़ा है, I don't know कभी भाव आएगा या नहीं. Can you look at Prime Focus, क्या भाव है अभी?
डीलिस्ट कर दिया क्या? अच्छा ये रहा.
64.
I've seen what 10 rupees on that in March. 10 or 15 rupees I think.
Yes. So anyways, I think so we would be covering, Darshan, the other stocks on our Twitter timeline. I think so there are many stock queries and we don't have that much time, right?
I think we've taken around about 30-35 stocks for the day.
Yeah, so Pranav, do you want to like analyze some of the stocks? So I like, if you want to, then I like give you the authority, like the right.
Do you guys okay? How many are there more stocks, Darshan? How many are there?
I need to check. काफी है यार, ऐसा 10 दिख रहे, 10 like maximum 10 करते हैं अगर करना है तो.
मेरे को अगर 30 seconds दोगे तो मैं कर सकता हूँ.
Okay, ठीक है.
नहीं, there's no hard and fast. I think Pranav, it's very late. Should be around 4.
तो फिर जाने दो.
It's okay. I was working the entire time, so it's fine.
You better take some sleep. We'll cover it next time around.
All right, cool. Since your thing is on, can you just see one last thing? Menon Bearings.
Yeah.
अरे हाँ, you had mentioned 2 stocks ना, वो 2 लेके खत्म कर.
GOCL देख लिया.
एक काम करता हूँ मैं, देखो ये बना देता हूँ. Like you can analyze it.
I'm on my phone.
Okay, फिर fine. Then I'll look at it. No issues. I think so. You are looking at a weekly chart. I think so. 65 का breakout था.
65-70 odd का रखा है मैंने.
हाँ right. So ये तो काफी retest में तो it is looking at a very good buy at this particular level of 67, I guess. Resistance उसका 75, 77 ये level से, but weekly में अच्छा लग रहा है. Daily में भी अच्छा है. So like higher lows बना रहा है, and you could look at to enter at
Volumes
67.
have been picking up recently. Plus, when I spoke to Shreyans, who's our fundamental guy, he says that Bharat Forge में बहुत ही अच्छे results आए थे. तो उस
Right.
हिसाब से इसका तो result already आ गया है.
Hmm.
And I checked that the EPS has been increasing every quarter as well. So, and it's in the same line of business as Bharat Forge. So right now with the breakout, it seems that it looks good to go give a further upside of at least 10-15% is what I think.
गैप भी फिल कर दिया ना उसने, ओपन गैप अप.
Yeah, right. Gap up भी fill किया है.
कर दिया रिटेस्ट.
The next one कोई है और एक?
नहीं यही दो थे, ये और GOCL था.
पीजी इलेक्ट्रोप्लास्ट.
PGL
कैसा है रिजल्ट इसका?
काफी अच्छा है ब्रो. क्लासिक है, एक कप एंड हैंडल पैटर्न बना है. आई थिंक सो आई हैव अपडेटेड मेरे ट्विटर पे भी. बट once it crosses the 460 mark, it should like head towards the 500 600. Like the long term chart is looking very good. कंसोलिडेशन काफी महीनों का हो गया है, तो जब भी इतने बड़े कंसोलिडेशन से निकलता है, इट इज आई थिंक सो 18 मार्च से इसने लास्ट हाई कभी बनाया था, 16 मार्च को बनाया था. सो इट इज नियरली 3 मंथ्स का ब्रेकआउट ये, कंसिडरिंग उसका रिजल्ट भी अच्छा आया है. इट शुड बी इन मोमेंटम एंड लाइक अगर अपन लॉन्ग टर्म चार्ट देखें, उसका कुछ ओवरहेड सप्लाई है ही नहीं बेसिकली. सो वंस इट क्रॉसेस द 500 मार्क, it is going to shoot up in a very good manner, and you can see a flag type pattern as well. ये flag बना, and अब देखो इसको कभी भी ये जब भी breakout देता है, it moves in a vertical manner. So like इसका breakout पहले 160 से था, so 160 से it went directly till it stopped at 500 levels. So now इधर से और एक flag continuation pattern आया, that is around 390 levels was the first breakout, and the next breakout would be around 500 levels. So अगर 500 levels से आया, so the target of the pole is around 320 points. So it would be around 820 should be the weekly target. It is looking good, but do your own due diligence like before entering of any stocks that we have discussed.
Yeah, I think the fundamentals of the company is what we need to check. But I think PGEL had come from my office also at around about 170.
Right. I think so. The biggest news over here is the Bearings have entered at 335 levels. So Bearings is a big investment company. So if they have entered at 335 levels and the results are also looking good, so combining the both of these things, I guess so it could be in momentum. Right. कल ऊपर ही खुल सकता है सर्किट में, so देखते हैं.
Perfect. I think we'll wind up the session. It's been more than 2 hours. Let's
Yes.
wind up. Pranav also needs some sleep. तो सो जा अभी Pranav.
Yeah, definitely. So
Good night.
चलो.
So thank you for everyone, like those who have attended, and if you have any doubts on any this thing, the products information, you can either contact me, Darshan, or Tanish from our team. And sorry, like we could not cover all the particular stocks, but we have made a list of 10 to 15 stocks which are looking good for the June series, so you can take advantage of that thing. But saying that, please do your own due diligence before entering any stocks. These are not our recommendations, these are just our personal views.
Exactly. Thanks guys. Thanks Pranav. Thanks Archit for your time. Thanks Tanish for
Yes.
arranging the PPT and the live and everything.
Yes.
Thanks Shreyansh for keeping the list of these.
Yes.
Look forward to having you on the next session. Thank you very much. Do
Thank you,
subscribe so that you all are updated whenever we are posting anything on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks everyone. Bye.